I feel it's a missed opportunity.
What is?
Wait. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Where? Oh, no. Oh, wait. Oh, my God, Bridget, my wand's missing.
The suspense is
Oh, my God, the
me.
wand! My wand is missing.
Is there an invisible cloak on it?
Oh, my God, where is it?
Katie right now is searching all around the room for a wand. Did I hear that right?
It's got to be the Halloween stuff. Okay, I'm going to let it go. Let it go.
Let it go.
I'm going to try.
So, do you want to tell the story about how you got the wands?
Maybe I'll retell the story. If you're lucky. Just kidding. I'm going to definitely talk about it. Definitely.
Sisters who've seen it. We are the sisters who've seen it. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters. Sisters who've seen it.
Hello?
Harry Potter.
It's so much
creepy.
easier to say Harry Potter in an accent than it is to say hello. That doesn't sound... Hello. It's like no H, yeah.
You know, they only had Irish and Scottish actors?
Really?
I think in English. No, I lied. British, Irish, and Scottish.
Yeah. Who else would they have? What do you mean?
Americans that could just put on an accent.
Oh yeah, no, it was like, they wanted like authentic.
Starting off with magic. Okay,
okay.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna introduce ourselves because we're not Harry Potter.
Mm-mm.
We might be witches. We are witches.
Oh my God.
Maybe. But we are also the Sisters Who've Seen It.
Hey!
The podcast where two sisters who are not movie critics look back on some of our favorites throughout the years through a psychological, ethical, and familial lens. I'm Katie.
I'm Harry. I'm Bridget.
Okay. You're a wizard, Harry. That's pretty good, right?
That was good.
It's pretty good, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
The movie is...
The movie.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. In some country, the Philosopher's Stone from 2001. What a time to be alive. Actually, that was not a good year. But, it's crazy. I think that's September 11th year. But, wizards, magic, trolls, adventure, a 2.5-hour movie. Holy shnikes.
2.5 hours.
This is book 1 of 6?
7.
7.
And there's 8 movies. Based off of those books, but then there's more movies of different things.
I had a great time.
Good!
I had a great time.
I'm glad, because we're gonna have fun during this.
And I'm gonna tell you, I'm warning you the randomness, but I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay.
As I do, Kate, I look at the cast, just to be like, all right, let me make sure I name people the right things.
Oh,
and as I'm gonna zoom in for you.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna zoom in for you.
Oh.
Look how goddamn sexy Neville is nowadays.
Oh, yeah. You didn't know? You don't know about the glow up?
Are you kidding me, Neville?
See, this is how I know you haven't watched all the movies recently. Because once you get to movie 6, I think it's about 6, then you're like, whoa, damn.
I mean, I was like, wow, Neville.
Yeah.
So, do I have to do the synopsis?
I do, yes. I think you can. I believe in you, Hagrid. I'm going to send you that. Also, now that you've watched Harry Potter, there's also a lot of memes I'm going to send you. A lot of spoof videos I'm going to send you.
I mean,
You're going to need to know the references.
Okay, I have watched it, Kate. I just haven't actually, paid attention, But
you haven't watched it where the phone is going to show you everything ever. And now it will. And I will also contribute to that.
Okay. Well, an 11-year-old orphan learns that he is destined to attend school of witchcraft and wizardry to master his unique powers and piece together the mystery of his parents' death. I want you to just say 6 times witchcraft and wizardry.
Witchcraft and wizardry. Witchcraft and wizardry. Witchcraft and wizardry.
No, you can't.
That's rough.
You
That's
can't.
rough.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Red.
I can't. Wow. We start off this movie by learning that Harry Potter is a baby and is very, very special from the one and only, you son of a bitch!
Thank God you're here! Dumbledore!
Oh, yeah, Dumbledore, but also Maggie Smith.
Oh, yeah, her too! Thank God she's here.
Professor McGonagall. And they drop this baby off that is Harry at a stoop with his aunts, who were awful people. Dumbledore was warned they're awful people, and he still allowed the abuse. I have opinions.
Oh, yeah.
Then Harry grows up, and once he hits 11, he gets a letter. He lives under the stairs. It reminded me of my first New York City apartment room. I'm just going to be real about that.
PTSD,
okay, that
Bridge.
is the
God.
size of my first
I'm
apartment.
just envisioning you playing with tiny little wooden soldiers, sadly, in your bed, just like Harry did. Oh, no.
And this family is not very nice to him. He gets this letter, but they won't give it to him because whatever. They're just weird and evil. Mm-hmm. Eventually, it gets so out of control that the big giant man Hagrid, man beast, I don't. What is he? Comes in and is like, "Here's your goddamn letter. These people suck." He turns one of them into a pig.
Yeah.
The letter is his acceptance into Hogwarts. As I said, the school of witchcraft and wizardry. Witchcraft and wizardry.
Red leather.
It's basically a boarding school for magic folks. Then he learns it's a whole other universe. Hagrid is like, F this family, come with me. It's about time. I've been waiting 11 years. I love you. He goes off with Hagrid. Thank God we never deal with this horrible family again. And then it becomes...
Till the next movie, but yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna... If you tell me all about all the other movies when we do
sorry.
it, I don't know if we'll get through it, but I appreciate the insight.
I'm so sorry.
So, we learn about the wizard world. We learn about magic. We learn about muggles, which are people who don't know magic, and all this other crazy stuff. And it's just a straight up adventure because people in the wizard world know Harry Potter as a celebrity. He's famous. Why is he famous? Because he survived an interaction with, should I say the name?
Say it.
Voldemort!
Ah!
Who's the super evil, terrible, awful, the worst person in the world.
He's a bitch.
And they couldn't believe that this kid survived, so they thought he was like superhuman, and now they're meeting him. So everywhere he goes, they're saying, Harry Potter! The famous Harry Potter! I've always wanted to meet Harry Potter! Holy shit. It would be very weird if I was like a Gerber baby model, and then everyone's like, oh my god, Bridget! Oh my god, it's Bridget! It's you! I'm like, what? I don't remember this. So he gets up to speed via Hagrid, knows what's going down, and then some weird stuff starts happening in the school. They're trying to learn witchcraft and wizardry, as well as just be, 11-year-old school kids at a boarding school. And they play Quidditch, they learn about potions, they distrust teachers, and they go on adventures and meet crazy, crazy stuff that is basically all being happened by Voldemort. And that, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then, in the end, as you said, Kate, Harry Potter lives up to his fame and takes down that mofo once again.
Just with his hands. Touch of the hand. All you need.
Which was a mother's love.
Yep. It was. Sure was.
Wow.
Good job, Bridge.
What was Harry Potter's owl's name?
Hedwig.
What a beautiful thing, huh?
I have a little Hedwig in my office, and kids are always like, Hedwig! Duh! And I'm like, yeah, I like Harry Potter too.
The CGI doesn't hold up, but the story does. The story does, and it's great. And the characters hold up. So you hate all the kid acting? Because I thought they were pretty great.
No, I don't. But I also think, I think some of the writing helped with it. 75% of Harry's lines are just him asking questions. Mm-hmm. That's the drinking game, by the way. If you've never played the drinking game to this movie, it's just drink whenever Harry asks a question and you're drunk. So I think that helped. There wasn't a lot of emotions all the time.
He's a captivating child to look at. And it reminded me of Frodo in Lord of the Rings.
Ah!
Like, I think Frodo got literally cast because of those big, kind of glassy blue eyes that were just basically on the verge of tears for 3 hours. There's something about Daniel Radcliffe's, like, face. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like, I wanted to keep listening to him or, like, just waiting for him to say something, whether they filmed it a certain way or whatever. I don't know. It was kind of captivating.
Did you read about his, how he got the role?
He was doing, like, John Copperpot. What was it?
Oh, I don't know about that.
What did you...
He, like, didn't audition. He was just there with his dad, because his dad was, like, a movie person, and they auditioned all these kids, and they're like, nobody's working, and, oh, God, we need a child. And then they were like, what about you, kid? Get on up there. And then he was like, okay, and... Here we are. So.
His whole life changed.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
How do we do this?
Well, I do think we gotta do a little bit of.
Character love.
Or.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, talk about how it's Warner Brothers. And this is a Warner Brothers Studios. God damn, I bet they are grateful that they landed this, because they're kind of going in the tubes these days. I am upset we don't have Six Flags Harry Potter stuff. I might get over it. Probably won't. You know me. But we do have Harry Potter World, which is in Universal, and I'm a little confused on that. But I guess that was a separate deal they must have made.
You know more about the business than I do. I'm confused.
I don't know anything, but I do know that Harry Potter World in Universal has, and I got to go, and it was amazing, a full-on Diagon Alley.
Wow.
Which we experience in this movie. You also get to go to Gringotts, the bank, and see goblins, and they can talk to you if you stand in a line.
That held up the goblins.
Yes.
The makeup, everything was incredible.
Yep, and then you do get to go to the castle. You know, our experience in the castle was a little different, because we had Dad with us, and Dad, was in, like, a wheelchair, because he had a scooter, but they were like, you can't bring the scooter in, here's a fucking wheelchair. So then we're wheeling him through the line, and then we get to a point, and some fucking teenager, because it's always teenagers working these safe rides, are like, he has to stand. And I literally didn't let Dad talk. And I was like, he can't stand. He can't. What do we do? Help. And then the guy was like, oh, okay. Go down that corridor. Go to an elevator.
Go 9.5.
Like, go down the elevator, turn right, and then you'll, like, find it. And we were just like, okay. So we didn't really get to walk through the castle, which is what you're supposed to do on the line. But we did jump the line by walking through random corridors.
You were almost like Hermione, Ron, and Harry, just kind of out on adventures.
Yeah, except they didn't have escalators, or elevators. They had their fucking staircases. And thank God we didn't get on one of those. Could you imagine Dad on one of a moving staircase?
Oh, God. He'd probably literally pee his pants. Yeah, actually, I'd enjoy some of that torture.
Anyway, but
well,
it's a trip, and it's amazing, and I just wanted to give kudos. Oh, and we got to ride on the Hogwarts Express.
Cool. Did you go to the mirror and pick up your greatest destiny? Did it present itself to you?
No, they didn't have the mirror. I don't know, but maybe it's just because that's like a one and done in this movie. Like, we never see the mirror again. Nobody talks about it, you know? So maybe that's cool. Why, I don't know. But it's fucking cool. And Avi, I am a Harry Potter fan. Now, Bridge, I will ask it now. What Hogwarts house are you in?
How do I know what the other ones are?
What do you mean the other ones?
Okay,
there's only 4.
I am annoyed. In this movie, we obviously learn about Slytherin.
Yeah,
and we learn about what's theirs?
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor. Okay, that's the only 2 I actually know characteristics about. I know nothing about the other ones. What do we need to know about the other? How?
Hufflepuff.
But what? I mean, that hat says random words. It doesn't mean I know more about it.
Hufflepuffs are loyal, kind, and sincere.
So is everybody.
No.
Okay.
They're not.
All right,
Ravenclaws are studious and read books.
Well, then why wasn't Hermione in that one?
That's a good question.
All right.
Because I could make a strong argument she should have been a Ravenclaw, but here we are. Gryffindors are brave.
Okay.
And maybe also loyal. And Slytherins are not necessarily evil. They are resourceful and motivated.
You know,
So
I'm
they're going to get what they want. Most Slytherins will be in the business world, Bridge. I'm just saying.
Jesus Christ. So what do you think I am?
I think you could be probably a Hufflepuff or a Ravenclaw.
Why can't I be the other ones?
I mean, you can, but I just feel like you're more of one or the other one. I'm a Hufflepuff, which that's another video I'm going to be sending you, and you're going to giggle and just know it. I'm not sorry.
I'm just glad I'm not a Slytherin. They seem, Draco?
Yeah, Draco.
Malfoy.
Malfoy.
I got a lot of questions about this movie.
All right.
Should I ask it as we go scene by scene, or should I just start going random now?
I think you should do it as we go scene by scene.
All right, I'll wait.
Because the last general thing I want to make mention of, because it's another reason I think this movie and the movies are really amazing, is music done by
John Williams.
And the music is amazing.
The
so beautiful.
How do you capture magic in music? He did it.
You use a xylophone. That's how you do it. Okay? Or chime? I don't know. I'm not sure what instrument that is.
I trusted your first answer, and nobody was going to fact check you.
Go with the xylophone.
John Williams, you know what I thought about? I was like, does he make original scores for every single one? Like, does
for
he
every
just
single,
like major movie? He's done buckets. So I'm like, does he go into his little archive and he's like, you know what? I'm going to take this from Jurassic Park, this from here. I'm going to add a note here, add a note there, and then he just makes gold without actually having to redo anything. And
but
I feel we gotta go with him.
I feel like all his scores do sound very iconic and distinct.
How does he do that?
I don't know. He's so amazing. This is a movie I would love to see as one of the watch it, and then there's a live orchestra.
Symphony.
And I think they do that.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Because I feel like it'd be so cool to see.
That would be a good one.
So that was my last general thing. Music is amazing.
It's amazing.
We love to see it.
Let's
get to Dumbledore fucking with the town's electricity.
I'm gonna be real with you. Called him Gandalf in my head first hour of the movie.
If that was Gandalf, he would have set off fireworks in the street and been like, who's got the blunt?
Okay.
I'm ready.
Why is Dumbledore
dropping the baby
opening up a weird lighter and stealing lantern lights?
I want to say it's to be discreet, but then McGonagall turns from a cat to a lady in broad daylight. What? I mean, it's nighttime, but daylight, And then Hagrid's just driving a motorbike flying in the air, and discreet is not our middle name.
And
with
then
these people.
So I really felt like Maggie Smith's character is a wild card. Every time I think she's going to say one thing, she says the other. I love her, but she was all over the place. And meeting her, she's like, oh my God, this is the most special baby we've ever existed. Should we give them to this family? This family's awful. Is this the right decision? How are we supposed to protect this famous person? And then Dumbledore's like, just let him hang out with this shithole family for 11 years.
Like, you know what? It's fucking fine, Magani. I know what's best for this little babe.
I'm gonna disagree with this choice right here. Why did he have to be abused for 11 years?
Well, Bridge, that doesn't get answered. I will be honest. I don't think there is an answer. I will say that I don't know if Dumbledore makes the best choices all the time, and that does kind of get talked about in later movies. So,
I also kind of didn't love when we meet the family. So first of all, that one actor who's Dudley, has grown up to do all these crazy movies. And whenever
he's in the Queen's Gambit.
Oh my God, but whenever he's in a movie, I'm always I'm afraid of him. He's got this
is he gonna bully me?
Oh, he's got a look to him. He's so unique. And what I didn't like is he was a fat kid. The parents were crass and ugly, and it gave me Willy Wonka vibes in the sense of fat ugly people are awful.
Yeah.
And I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm we're not that stupid. They could just be normal looking and suck, but instead we make fun of their characteristics versus their core of who they are, which are terrible people.
This might be the moment, Bridge, for us to talk about a very important thing.
All right.
The writer of Harry Potter.
Oh.
J.K. Rowling.
Oh,
who
so what?
has a lot of controversy.
Transphobic, right?
Yes, but there has also been a lot of, I would say, strong evidence to suggest that she is also fatphobic and leans into what you just talked about, where it's kind of like stereotypical tropes of like, well, if you're ugly, you're a bad person, and if you're fat, you're stupid, and if you're this, you're that, and yeah, and honestly, I do feel like that kind of comes out throughout some of these movies and books. So, I mean, the only one who's kind of not like that is Hagrid, but then he's also is kind of portrayed as a little dumb sometimes.
Yeah. Well,
he's wholesome.
Really,
but, you know.
Even the one scene when Hagrid's, like, mad at Dudley, he turns him into a pig. Why can't you just, like, say he sucks for stealing Harry's cake? Okay.
You know.
So, they're, like, really awful to Harry, though. Like, to the point I'm like, okay.
Like, somebody should have called the police, is what I don't get. But we don't, and we take Harry to the zoo because it's Dudley's birthday. Why does Harry go to the zoo when they hate him? Why don't they leave him at home? I don't know.
And she does his laundry, and they still, like, I don't know, I couldn't find the line, but I loved the snake.
Oh.
I love when the snake was like, hey, Harry, what's up? And,
what up, girl? I'm a snake.
Harry just lets the snake out. I thought that was cool. It got action right away. I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
My one note for that scene is Steve Irwin would approve.
Oh my gosh. And then I love that Dudley got stuck in there.
Yep.
And then no one knew what to do. The mom was like a little overacting, I would say. Like she was it really gave me Charlie and the Chocolate Factory vibes.
Honestly, if Dudley was at Willy Wonka's factory, Willy Wonka would have kicked him into the chocolate river, I feel like. Doesn't it seem like that would be the trajectory for him?
Yes. Augustus Gloop. I mean, absolutely, Dudley.
Yeah.
Definitely. So then Harry's like, oh, wow, that's weird. I had magic happen. He doesn't really, like, we never see Harry, and maybe this is your critique on his kid acting, but we never see him reflect on, like, anything that's happening to him. He doesn't
There's
cry.
no time, Bridge.
Yeah, he doesn't cry. He doesn't, like,
no time.
You just see these, like, little facial expressions, but he keeps serving them freaking eggs.
Yeah, Bridge. He's got to serve them eggs. And now the owls start delivering mail, and this is where we get
so cool
federal offenses. I really wish our mail was delivered via owls.
I thought the same thing.
That would be so fun.
Even at school, when all the kids would get, like, presents dropped into their lap from the owls, I thought, that's, you know, and Kate, as former Temple University...
Temple me!
Owls, if any person can do it, it's that school. Missed opportunity, Temple.
If Stella the owl from whatever zoo they rented her from for football games delivered me mail, I would die happy. It would be the best.
Incredible.
Yeah, but they're delivering letters, and Harry's family is like, no, Harry, we're going to commit a federal offense and tamper with your mail, and fuck that. But the owls don't stop, Bridge. They literally make it rain at one point with letters. And
it's awesome.
It's fun for the trailers, and then it's immediately not fun because they're like, now we're in a weird cabin in the middle of the ocean, and like no one knows how we got here, and there's no electricity. What the frick?
I guess I didn't understand the motivation of like, okay, so they hate Harry because the wife hated the sister because the sister was a witch.
Yes.
And so then they just hate Harry because like, whatever.
By proxy, yes.
But why wouldn't they just want to get rid of Harry and, like, send him off to school? Like, that was what was so weird about the letter. I'm like, I get if he doesn't want him to feel special. Like, oh, I don't want you to feel special because I hate you. But why wouldn't you want to just get rid of him?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's a great question. Because it would make sense to be like, deuces, bitch, get out of the house. But then they don't have their maid, Bridge.
Oh.
So maybe that was part of it.
Oh, that's right. There's no servant.
It's like, we can't abuse you if you're not in front of us.
So they go to the farthest possible place, which is basically a lighthouse on a random island?
I'm going to say, yeah. Who owns that place?
And
what Airbnb is renting that?
Hagrid pushes that door down.
Yep.
Somehow doesn't bend his head to go in, but once he's in, he's like 8 feet taller than the door.
Bridge,
explain
any question you have, the answer's going to be, it's magic. Okay. Okay, so just so we're clear.
Hagrid's Hagrid's a great character.
We love Hagrid.
I feel like he always has had Harry's back.
Yeah.
Right? And was so excited.
And he baked him a cake.
Yeah, for his birthday.
God. He's a happy birthday, Harry. Oh my God.
Loved it.
And he tells him he's a wizard, and then the music is magic, and Harry goes, I'm a what? That's another question. Take a sip. And Hagrid has to do lots of explaining. But he basically is like, yeah. Anyway, you're gonna go to Hogwarts. Like, we're gonna get the fuck out of here. Let's boogie on down. Here we go. And then Harry's just like, okay, off I go.
So now I'm going to like kind of Matilda vibes because it was
I thought
Did you think
Matilda.
of that?
I thought of Matilda.
Listen,
Hagrid is Miss Honey.
Yep.
Miss Honey is Hagrid.
And
yes.
Even I'll tell you more scenes. I feel like J.K. Rowling, if I could reverse engineer how they wrote this book or whatever script, I feel like it was stolen from a bunch of like famous stuff. Like, I kept thinking, and it's because we do this podcast and analyze 300 plus movies, because even at the end, I'll say it now before I forget, when Dumbledore was like, Slytherin won, except there are points for, and I thought he was like the Wizard of Oz. He was like, the cowardly lion gets a brave heart,
making shit up on the spot.
You get
That's
a doctorate
so
of brainology, and
Oh
you get your ruby slippers have always you get home. I was like, every scene, I'm just getting a vibe from another movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, where does he go first? He has to get school supplies.
So they gotta go to Diagon Alley.
Cool.
And
that's a cool spot.
To get to Diagon Alley, you have to go to the Leaky Cauldron. And you have to walk through the Leaky Cauldron. Okay. And the Leaky Cauldron is a place that I did go and get butterbeer.
Cool. Wait, what is butterbeer?
It's like, I don't think it's not alcohol. It's like a butterscotch root beer almost.
Oh.
It's pretty good.
Because we went to this Chris Kindle? Who?
Who's?
Chris Kindle market.
Chris Columbus? Oh.
And
he directed the movie.
They were selling this, and then James was like, what's a butterbeer? And it was like chaotic, so I was like, oh, you want me to ask him what? Oh my God.
You're like, we gotta go.
Oh my God, our child.
Well, next time just go to Universal Studios Orlando, Florida, and you can just get one.
Honestly, that seems really cool what you did. I bet you Universal's the coolest thing.
It was I would go again in a heartbeat. It was absolutely amazing.
So wait, there was also one store?
Yes.
Cool.
That's where. Is it time? Is it my moment to tell the story? Well, okay, but we do have an important character meet that does come up, I would argue, is we're in the Leaky Cauldron. This is where, as Bridget said in her synopsis, Harry gets outed and everyone's like, Harry Potter! Oh my God. And it's weird. And Harry's like, stranger danger. But we meet Professor Quirrell, who is a white man with a turban.
Thank you!
Okay, I knew you were gonna say it, Bridge. I knew it.
Why are we wearing a turban?
We know now why, but it's still not great.
And he could have worn a wig. We could have worn...
You know what?
We could have worn a baseball hat with
mullet?
a wig.
A mullet?
So many things.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do if I parted the back of my head and Voldemort showed up? Would you just lose it? You know?
I'd cry. I would. I'm laughing now.
If I got mad enough,
but I would be so afraid.
If I got mad enough at a corporate meeting, I would just put on like a fake mask and then just part my hair and turn around and tell everybody to just listen to me.
It's extra fucking funny because there was a recent horror movie where literally the killer is a face on the back of a woman's head and she didn't know there was a face there. And she moves her hair and there's a face. It's very Voldemort, you guys. It's called Malignant.
And
oh my God.
Okay, and here, this whole movie is white, right?
Yeah.
It's very white.
It is.
Harry Potter's very, very, very white. And it doesn't actually have to be.
No.
But I feel like anything that's like truly British is like always racist. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
Even
so.
in 2001. But the thing that I thought was interesting is that when he does the thing with the bricks and then all the bricks start to like move away.
So cool.
I thought that was cool. And
that's so cool.
And I think when you enter this other world, everyone there, first of all, I got big Willow vibes from this movie.
Well, Warwick Davis is in the movie, so thank God. He plays 2 characters.
Wait, so who are the characters?
He was the bank goblin, whose name is Griphook, which I don't think they say in the movie, and then he is Professor Flitwick, Wingardium Leviosa.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, because I heard the voice. I was like, that's Willow.
Where's Val Kilmer?
But we enter this other universe. I'm like, this is super cool. And I the movie budget, so back then, I think it was something like, I don't know, $190 million or something crazy for the budget.
Wow.
I think this went on to like make billions in profits.
Yeah.
But it's still,
I'm sure.
Can you imagine explaining like, okay, it's a good book and all that, but like we're going to make an entire town, an entire city, and it like they had to make all these little wizardry stuff.
Well, and the costumes too, because like they dress different in Wizard World land. It wasn't just like British people. It was like no wizard hats, wizard robes, turban on that one guy. But that's the only one
authentic, and they did it well because they didn't make it like sparkly.
Yeah,
wizard. They made it like Willow,
not like Broadway wizard.
Yeah. So I like the wand shop. I thought that was pretty cool.
Bridge, do you know who that actor is? Because we did a movie with him.
Oh. No. Who is it?
We did a movie where he dies horrifically, absolutely traumatizingly.
Who is it?
In space. He was an alien. He was the first death in Alien.
No!
Yes!
What a trivia question!
Yep, John Hurt, you son of a bitch, thank God you're here. He is Ollivander. He's the wizard. The wand chooses the
Okay, but he was way younger in Alien.
Oh, yeah, he was way younger.
I'm like, why didn't I recognize him?
Yeah.
But I loved how the wand shop was set up like an old... It reminded me of either like an old bookstore or like a hardware store, you know, where like there's just like wall
it's kind of dusty.
Yeah,
but
wall
I
to
know
wall,
you know your
like
shit.
Screws or something.
Yeah.
I, for whatever reason in my head, I was like, oh, I remember the scene. The wand picks Harry, but that
does.
Did it?
Yeah, it sang
like,
magic and wind blew in his hair. Just
I know,
like what happened to me.
No, I mean, okay, yes, and I'm happy that happened for you, but the guy had to pick it out first. It's not like all of a sudden the thing shook and then, you know, aisle B, like, IKEA floor 7.
What would be the point of the wand worker, man, if he didn't pick out wands?
He's got to stock and order them.
Yes, Bridge, but like, that doesn't take skill.
I just thought it would come out itself. I mean, we're in Magic Land, right? I thought it'd come out itself, find Harry, but the guy's like working at Foot Locker.
He's like, what size wand are you? So, if you didn't pick up on it already, listeners, yes, I did go through the Harry Potter experience.
The wand, let's hear your wand
The wand
story.
chose me, Bridge. The wand chose me. Mary was there too and actually went through the exact same experience at the exact same time, but the wand chose me, you know.
How many children were in the presence?
Definitely at least 20. And yes, they picked the young adults. They picked me and Mary, childless women. Mary was a teenager though, I will say. She was a teenager. I was not. I was mid-20s. We were wearing our Hufflepuff lanyards.
I love
and basically what it was we weren't in the like main place of the shop. It was like a back room of the shop that you waited in a line in the alley. And it was like this little show. So a woman who was like a witch came in and was like, someone in here is magical. I can feel it. And then me and Mary were like, and I literally turned to her and I was like, if they fucking pick me, you better film me. I swear to God. And she was like, okay.
You're such a bully older sister.
The lady literally came up and was like, someone's so magical. It's you to me. And I was like, me. And then she turned to Mary and she goes, and it's you too.
Oh my
Maybe
God.
she saw me say that and she was like, bitch, no one's getting a video of this. So we're just gonna get you both involved. But Mary and I had to try out different wands and I made something explode. Mary made all these papers fly. The wands didn't work. But then she said, I wonder. And she switched them. And when we grabbed them, I kid you not, they played the same music and wind came out of somewhere on our faces. And the light was like, ah!
God. That's awesome!
And then she was like, these are your wands. And then I immediately was like, can I buy this? And she was like, yeah, go around.
She's like, for a small fee of $299.99.
I paid a pretty penny, I will say. But it was my wand and I'm magic, so.
And you're telling me the first Harry Potter movie for sisters who've seen it, you don't have your wand?
Oh my God, I know.
Do you want to go get it?
Shh.
Should you go get it?
I think it's in a box. You want me to?
Yeah, go get it.
All right, let me go find it. Hold on.
Okay, update.
I have too much.
Listeners.
I have too much shit. I can't fucking find it. But it's
okay. But here's the thing. He gets the wand. Does Harry use the wand? Because all I know is he shoves it up the troll's nose. Other than that, he doesn't actually. He tries to use it in class, but not really. Does he? Am I missing a part?
You're not, Bridge.
So that was a big letdown.
You're getting into the deep HP lore. All right, now we're getting into the Reddit thread of Harry Potter lore. No, I don't believe Harry casts literally any spells.
Question.
At all. In the entire movie.
You read all the books. I know you. You had to read all the books.
Yep.
Is this very true to the book?
It's pretty good. I think there's some very minor differences. They use a lot more of the ghosts in the book, which are referenced in this movie, kind of referenced in the second one, and then they basically disappear and they don't exist.
And the ghosts are the old random people that are like, I'm the man without a head. Like that, those people?
Yes, those are the ghosts. Yeah, there is one ghost that isn't even in the movie that was in the books a lot. They just were like, we're not using him, bye. So there's minor things, but I would say the main pieces of the story are included. Huh. It's a pretty good adaptation, yeah.
Wow, that's great. Well, so we get our school supplies. I'm loving it. Former art major, that's the most fun part, is getting all your goodies.
All the shit.
And then you see this adorable family of redheads head towards the train you gotta get on.
Yes. We should very quickly make mention that Harry does also find out that not only was he an orphan, but he could have been a rich fucking orphan this whole goddamn time.
Holy shnikes, I missed the best part.
So...
If I could have ran away from my abusive family to go be basically Goonies rich from One-Eyed Willie, I'm outie.
Well,
that was cool though, how that bank worked. Can you imagine if you're like, let me go to my bank account and you get in a little car.
You gotta go on a roller coaster ride.
With a goblin. And then you get there and then I'm like, wow, I have $10. Cool.
But not only does Harry Potter find out he's a little rich boy, Hagrid has to pick up a secret package for Dumbledore, and we don't know what it is, but it's small in a little package. And then Hagrid's like, don't tell anyone, Harry! And you're just like, okay. But then, then we go to the train station for platform 9 3/4, and Hagrid literally is like, Harry, I know I was worried about you when you were a baby, and I know I rescued you from your, abusive family, but now that we're in a public train station, I gotta go.
What?
Bye.
Yeah, why? Isn't he going to the same place?
They are, but
but it's that stone. He's like, I gotta hide this silly thing.
I suppose. Who the fuck knows? But
maybe he's got a motorcycle.
Harry meets the Weasleys, which is Ron Weasley.
Ron's kind of a dick. And if he didn't do that chess scene, I don't know if I'd like him.
The what scene?
Where he saves them by knowing how he's like the Queen's Gambit by knowing chess.
Oh my god, you said chess. Thought you said chest.
Ew.
And I was like, which movie did you watch? It's he does go shirtless later in later movies, but worried.
He's literally, okay, let's just take Ron for who he is. He's fairly nice. Harry is very nice to him. He is somewhat, if people are sad, he wants to be nice to them. But he's kind of just a complainer the whole time. He gets people in trouble. He's sloppy. And he doesn't really have... if we're comparing to the Wizard of Oz, he's kind of the Cowardly Lion. Why are we giving him that extra song?
Bridge.
Okay.
The Reddit threads you're writing right now. You have no fucking idea the connections you just made. It is absolutely incredible. I'm so proud of you. I have so many videos and memes to send you. 100% agree. Ron is a little wet blankie.
Yeah.
Teensy bit. He goes through a lot of arcs, which most of them are basically like, wah, I'm in the shadow of one of my 500 brothers, or wah, I'm in the shadow of Harry, wah. And you're like, Ron, get the fuck over it. And he kind of does that till the end. And then I think he does get over it, but it takes a while.
Well, I was like, wait, how do you know chess? You're supposed to not be, like, smart.
He knows it, Bridge.
And he knows it well. And
he knows it. He knows the names of the squares. That's when I know that
if the Queen's Gambit taught me anything, if you know chess, you're a genius.
Yep,
so that was his redeeming quality.
That's math. Yeah, and so Harry, because he is now a rich boy, he sits with Ron on the trolley, and he says, you know what, little poor boy, with your smush Sammy, I'm going to use my 1% privilege, and I'm going to buy all the snacks. Fuck these other kids. We're eating the snacks. You and me, we're buds.
Chocolate frogs. Why didn't they have good flavors in the wizard world?
Bertie bought every flavor beans.
What?
Well,
like, why
some of them are good, but you just don't know what it's going to be. It's always a surprise. Have you ever had those? They're real.
Are they good?
I mean, if it's not a gross one, they're fine.
Ew, they serve gross ones?
Yeah, it was like earwax and shit.
Do you remember working at the chocolate shop?
Yeah, I love the chocolate shop.
The
first day I worked there, I wore flip-flops.
Oh my god.
And the owner said, hey, Kitty, you need closed-toe shoes to work here. And I was like, sorry, I'm 13.
You're like, people don't want to see my toes and eat chocolate? There was a giant thing of jelly beans at this chocolate shop, and 99% of them were, I ate so much food at that place. 99% of them were delicious, except for buttered popcorn jelly beans.
I
and you
remember
never
that!
knew if you were gonna get it, and if you got it, you were like, huh. And that's what the scene reminded me of.
Yeah. Yeah. They reference the beans a lot in this movie, and I gotta say, I don't think these beans get much more reference.
All right. I don't
it's very funny. Like, you know, obviously the plot gets more complicated as books go on, but it is very funny when you watch this movie because it feels very simple. Almost like simple for a little 11-year-olds, where you're like, we talk a lot about candy because we're 11, and you're like, hey, I'll deal with it now.
This is what I think threw me off with the whole movie, because I didn't pay attention to it, and I was like, what's happening? Do you notice that they would like end the scene and cut it, go to a dark screen, and then like enter another one? So there wasn't like continuous filming.
I didn't, but
it's like a black screen, and then it starts the next one. Unless I had an awful boot cut on Peacock.
You're watching illegal HP.
No, if you watch it again, you'll know what I'm talking about. And it was so weird. And it made me think of like book chapters. Like they would do one, end it, do one, end it. And so I felt like the story kept getting like, it was like little cuts of different stories, like a book.
That's funny. I never noticed that. Now I'm going to think about that next time I
Go back and watch it and see if I'm just watched a weird thing.
All right. So we also meet Hermione on the train. She comes off kind of annoying, but she also
has fake teeth. Did you notice that? And her hair, I felt attacked because, like, my hair sometimes looked like Hermione, and I think their intention was, like, for her to be hot mess Hermione.
That was the intention.
I was like, well, you know, sometimes it's just the temperature of the room.
But it's fine, Bridge, because she gets hot in the fourth movie, and that makes it okay to bully her appearance beforehand.
She is a little much. She is a little much with her know-it-allness.
Her parents are not magic folk. They were just dentists. And so she comes in, she's like, I'm fucking magic, so I'm gonna be the best goddamn student. And honestly,
she is.
Like, if Hagrid busted open my door, even now, as a 30-something-year-old woman, if he came and was like, Kitty, you are magic, let's go on down, I would be like, I'm fucking going, I'm gonna read every book I goddamn can. And I'm gonna learn all the spells. Like, she makes sense. She makes sense to me. It's the people like Ron that don't make sense. Ron doesn't even know how to do Wingardium Leviosa. You don't fucking care. What are you going to do with your life if you can't do magic? Okay? So you better figure it out.
Someone had to say it.
I'm just saying.
Hermione carried the movie.
Yeah, they would be dead without her many times.
Absolutely on the death part, but also the wizardry. Like, she's the only one doing the freaking magic.
Yeah.
And knowing when to use it. You know what? She's kind of like Sarah in The Craft. Oh. And then Harry and Ron are kind of in the Nancy department where they like want it, but they're like off, you know?
I do.
If you know, you know.
That's a witch comparison. I like that. All right, well, we get to Hogwarts. When you're a first year at Hogwarts, you get to ride a little boat to the castle.
Cool.
It's fun.
It's cool.
It's fun time. And then they all get up there, and then McGonagall's like, sup. I fucking work here. You better get it together. Y'all are gonna get sorted. We're gonna form your cliques and friendships forcefully right now. You thought you had a friend? No, you don't, because if they're not in your house, you're probably not gonna be friends with them, so get ready. Yep.
This is, we have a lot of movies to make, right?
Yep.
Here's a movie I want you to write, us to make, okay?
Okay.
And you gotta stick with me for this one. I live in business world.
Yeah.
I have to lead a bunch of people. And one of my faults is I am long-winded. Great for a podcast. Not great when you're listening.
Sure.
When I listened to Dumbledore and McGonagall and all these people, I was like, you know what? They're like really good leaders. Like,
sorry, you keep saying Dumbledore.
What is it?
Dumbledore, like close the door.
Oh, Dumbledore. Okay.
I'm sorry. I just have weird images popping in my head when you say Dumbledore. I let it go once, but I had to say something. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
I think like if you ever want to be tortured, it's just listening to me mispronounce things, and then you have to edit it. Oh my God, it's so awful for hours. Oh,
life is pain.
I'm so sorry. But okay, back to the movie. So I think they could be like great leaders because they're so succinct. They get right to the point. They have strong moral compasses, and they're consistent. I'm like, this is how corporations should be run.
Yeah.
Where they were not great is they just never knew where the freaking kids were. But that feels more like administrative, you know?
It's like a security problem.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel that.
All
yeah,
right.
I mean, and you know, the sorting of the houses is very, you know, positive behavior support. I'm going to give points when you do good shit. We'll take away points. There's like cost, value, whatever. So like, that's fucking fine. This is a school. Fine. Whatever. The sorting hat is a sentient hat that reads your mind and puts you in a place. And we also meet Draco Malfoy when we are waiting here. And Draco sniffs out the rich kids, you know, because he's like, Harry, I saw you bought out that fucking trolley, bitch. And hey, why don't you be my buddy, my pal? And like, fuck Ron Weasley, am I right? And Harry's like, no.
Yeah.
Draco, you're a bitch.
Yeah.
And then they immediately become enemies for 8 movies.
Wow.
Basically.
And so I got some serious Karate Kid Johnny vibes from
Yo!
Drake Malfoy.
If Netflix does a Draco Malfoy in the future, but reverse, but the same story as Harry Potter, but reverse, because that's what Cobra Kai was for Karate Kid, and it was great. I would watch it. Thanks for letting me get that out.
The hair gel alone. I mean, incredible.
Yeah, so that's cool. And then they get sorted, whatever. Most of our kids get in Gryffindor, fine. We also meet Snape. Severus Snape.
Okay, wait. Is he dead or alive in life?
He's dead. Respect.
How did he die?
It was like a heart attack. He was not that old.
Poor guy.
This is Alan Rickman. We had him in Die Hard. He was Hans Gruber.
Incredible in that one.
But this is a very iconic role for him as Severus Snape. He is the potions teacher. He is very salty about shit.
Okay, when you have never seen this movie, you really believe he's the bad guy.
You do.
Why
yeah,
wouldn't
they do a good job of that.
All signs point to it, and his acting is really good. I know that's his job and all, but I was impressed.
His acting is extra good because another fun Harry Potter fact is he was the only actor who was told by J.K. Rowling what was going to end up happening with his character by the end of the entire series, which is there's a very big twist that happens. You literally don't find out till the very end of the last book. And it's a really good twist. And so he knew what that was going to be before it was she hadn't even written all the books by the time the first movie came out, but she, I guess, had this idea for his character, whatever. So it's extra fucking impressive because when you know how it ends and then you look back on how his character was and he was acting, like, it fucking fits, but it also seems like it's not obvious, if that makes sense. Like, it's so cool.
I don't know, but I believe you.
It's so cool.
Well,
it's just
lots. So action. Now we're going to school. We're to cool
school.
classes. I mean, we got potions class. We got levitation class.
We got broom riding.
Okay, I was like, why don't we have hoverboards? We have drones.
Where's the brooms?
Where's the brooms?
I would love to ride a broom to work, if I'm being honest. I think I'd get there quicker.
Martha May Huvier with her Christmas light machine, and someone needs to make a drone broom. Why can't we be riding on those?
I think we can.
That's a huge market. Can you imagine the Shark Tank pitch?
I literally was just like, should we go on Shark Tank, even though we don't have a product or a way to make it? Mark Rubio, are you there?
What we need is $8 million and an engineer and a patent.
And somebody's idea and step-by-step directions.
But
it's our money.
It's our money.
Yeah.
Anyone interested?
The broom riding is cool, and the effects, they do get better as the movies go on. But their sport they play with the brooms is Quidditch. And Harry Potter, because he's little famous privilege Harry Potter, not only is he rich Bridge, he's also secretly talented and immediately gets a spot without an audition or tryout on the team in a pivotal role, which is the role of the Seeker.
You know, it's almost like he's a nepo baby.
Isn't it, Bridge? The Reddit thread!
I mean, he really, right? But it's weird because maybe that's why we had to see him be abused. Yeah, his parents are dead and then he got abused for 11 years, so you're happy. However, it's weird, you know? He gets all these things just because he's famous, but I guess he's good too.
Yeah. I mean,
he did get the snitch. He got the golden snitch.
He did get the snitch.
They gotta change that name.
What's wrong with the name?
Who's a snitch? Nobody wants to be a snitch.
We gotta catch the snitch.
Yeah, but
it's a metaphor.
But why is it golden?
I don't know. Maybe so it's harder to see when they're playing games.
I get it's like gold, find the gold, but I'm like, well, we have two different things. Is it the gold and get the gold, or is it like that's an evil snitch person, you gotta get him? Because I don't understand the snitch part.
All I can tell you is when you catch the snitch, the game ends and your team gets 150 points. However, if your team is down 200 points and you catch the snitch, you still fucking lost. So you gotta strategize with the snitch, and they did not talk about that enough, I gotta say. Misleading.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's a trivia question.
Yeah, you guys gotta fucking know that, alright?
If Johnny's team has 200
this
points.
Is the math now.
Susie's team gets the golden snitch. Yeah. But they had 0 points. Who wins?
Yeah. But Harry gets on the team right away, and that's fucking fine. And there is a point, too, which kind of intermingled in here, where Harry and Ron, and for some reason Hermione, even though they're not all friends at this point, are together. They're on a staircase. The staircases change, remember? A staircase fucking changes. They get on the 3rd floor, which is forbidden, except there's no caution sign, so we just walk indoors, and it's fine. And then they find Fluffy, which is a 3-headed dog that it's kind of cute. All right, I'll say it.
You have a taste in dogs.
Would I own Fluffy? Yeah.
I want to mention one thing real quick before I forget.
Okay.
When Neville breaks his arm.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then the teacher's like, none of you can ride the broom.
Oh,
and then, because I'm not here. And then Harry rides the broom.
He does.
I thought Professor McGonagall was going to get Harry in trouble, but instead they got him on the team.
No,
and this is the type of leadership that I'm telling you I want to learn how to be like that, you know?
Where you want to be like, I'm gonna fucking fire you. And by fire, I mean you've been promoted. You actually won the lottery. Here's a beach house in Maui. Yep.
I don't have that authority. Sorry.
So
I know we went backwards, but I just, that was like, I'm like, wow, this is fun, you know? The surprises.
Yeah. Well, Fluffy is a scaly dog, and they're like, oh my god, and they run away, and then they're basically like, that's weird, why is there a giant evil dog? And then Hermione, because she's literally the only smart person, was like, he was guarding a trapdoor, you both fucking ding-dongs. And they're like, that's weird, what could it be? And she's like, I don't fucking care, I'm trying to go to Hogwarts and not get expelled. And so I'm like, I feel that, Hermione, you do you.
She's so cool.
So now Harry's playing Quidditch, and during his first Quidditch match, he gets like there's like a spell that starts to get put on him where
he almost dies and
his
falls.
broom is just like going. It's like a
possessed,
like riding a bull. Why can't I think like a mechanical bull ride almost?
Oh,
but on a broom,
which that seems hard.
Yeah, you're high up there, and Hermione thinks that it's Snape because she sees Snape doing some type of something, and she's like, it must be Snape. Let's go set him on fire. And you're like, damn, Hermione, just tell an adult girl.
She's cool,
but she doesn't, and she sets him on fire, and then a bunch of people fall over, and then that works. And then Harry catches the snitch, and I guess we win. And no adults are like, should we look into the little 11 child year boy almost being murdered?
Well,
and Dumbledore's like, nah, we're good.
Okay, you gave me this whole explanation about Snape that I don't know about, and I don't want to know about it because we might do another movie eventually. But I thought, why didn't he say to Harry at some point, like, I got your back at all, you know? But is that part of the secret?
The lore! It's part of the secret.
All right.
It's part of the secret.
So they're like now obsessed with Snape and he's evil. And so they're on this like path of like, what's going down and why is Snape coming after me?
And then we get to Halloween, which is where there's a troll in the dungeon. Hashtag thought you ought to know.
Wait, that professor, what is the guy's
Quirrell.
name? That scream of the troll was so out of control, I almost laughed.
Here's what I have to say. Listeners, okay? If someone comes in and reports something outrageous, you look at them.
Yeah, you say, what's that about? Huh?
You put them to the top of your suspect list because how did he know? He was the first one to know the troll got in, and we just assume he didn't let the troll in.
Do you know what I
this
thought
is CSI 101.
I thought of whoever smelt it dealt it.
I mean, that's applicable as well, Bridge.
Oh my
But
god.
none of these adults are using their noggins.
The troll, it's weird. It doesn't seem scary, but then when it uses that club and
scary.
knocks things down, I was like, oh, Hermione's gonna die.
She would have been, like, fucking smushed.
And this is
something.
Ron's fault. Okay?
It is.
Because
Ron made her cry.
And then it made her cry. And then Harry's the only reason that they went back to save her. And then she takes the blame for it. Ron sucks. Ron should have been like, no, it was me. I screwed up. I'm the worst. I made her cry. He didn't. He just sat there, blah, 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 blah. Like, come on.
Ron sucks so much that Hermione marries him later.
The patriarchal bullshit.
It's so fucking true. Oh my god.
To be a woman.
Harry and Ron save Hermione, all without Harry doing magic, because I don't think he knows any magic at this point.
Stuck his wand up the troll's nose.
That's not magic. That's just a stab, you know?
But Hermione taught Ron to do magic, and he was...
Yes.
That was cool.
He did Wingardium Leviosa. And then they all survive, and now they're friends. So it's like, okay, now we're friends. Loody-doody boo-boo-doo. They start to meddle. They're meddling. They're like, what was going on? Snape's leg was bleeding. Do you think Snape let the troll in? Who let the troll in? Let's go bother Hagrid. Also, let's tell Hagrid we saw a 3-headed dog and see if he says shit. And Hagrid does say shit. And he's like, how'd you know about Fluffy? Don't worry about what it's guarding. # Nicholas Flamel. And they're all like, and he's like, damn it.
He is a loose lips. Don't tell Hagrid your secrets.
Honestly.
If you're like, hey, Hagrid, I got a crush on someone, Hagrid's gonna go tell him.
Immediately turning around and telling that person. That is correct.
You gotta know who these people are in your life, okay?
Oh, God. That is correct. And some people do consider a lot of the Harry Potter movies, I don't think fully Christmas movies, but like Christmas adjacent, because we do get some lovely Christmas imagery in this movie. We get snow. We get a Christmas tree. We get ornaments. We get gifts and shit, and that's fun. And it's just Harry and Ron, and Harry gets arguably the best gift in the world.
Having an invisibility cloak would be my dream.
What would you do first? Because, there's many things I would do, but what would you do, like, first?
I feel like this is really fat of me, but I would probably just, like, go into, like, I don't know, like a restaurant and steal a bowl of pasta. And then use that to just figure out what I would do next. What would you do?
No, I like that. I feel like I would do something sneaky, too. Like, I don't know.
What? But think about it. If you actually think about it, it's like, how are you going to steal stuff from a bank? You know, you still got to go through, you got to open the doors.
You do.
That's the downside, is you got to, like, still open things to get in, you know?
That's true. And so right when he gets his invisibility cloak, which he doesn't know who gave it to him. I don't even know if the movie tells us, but Dumbledore basically gives it to him. He's like, this was your father's, and he got into a bunch of shit. So anyway, have fun. But Harry is like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use it to go into the restricted section of the library to try to read about Nicholas Flamel, even though I've never read a book in my life, and I'm not convinced I know how to read because I don't know magic yet, and it's been half a year.
Oh, okay.
That's my theory.
A little harsh with Harry, but okay, I'm following.
But that doesn't go well. He almost gets caught.
Yeah.
And then he sees Snape and Quirrell having a private moment in a dark hallway at night.
Wait, real quick. The dude that's like the maintenance guy who's like
Filch?
100 years old.
Yeah.
Do you think this is why the kids are just running around rampant? Because they hired one like janitor who's about to die to
and he's a
everybody?
non-magic person. That's like his thing. He's like, he literally can't do magic.
So
they're like, let's make this fucking bitch who can't do magic clean shit.
It's honest, a thankless job. Back to Snape and the other guy canoodling. But Snape was like mad. Snape was like, if you do that thing, you thought they were like getting on?
If I've learned anything from Brokeback Mountain, it's that sometimes your emotions lead you places, you know?
I can't quit you!
I wish I could quit you.
I wish I could quit you!
For all we know, if Harry didn't cock block, in spirit or whatever, that could have gone that direction. I don't know.
I think Snape could do better.
Yeah.
I would see Snape with even Hagrid going for like a bear vibe, you know?
Wow.
I'm just saying.
There's definitely fan fiction of that, and I don't... Phone? Don't show me that phone! Stop listening. I don't want it. Help. Oh, God. But essentially, that is just another, for Harry, moment where he's like, Snape's the bad guy. It proves it. Let me go through this door. And he finds the mirror of Ezered.
Cool.
Which is a mirror that shows you your deepest desire.
Okay. It was to see his parents, which is sad.
Yes, it is sad.
It's so sad. And then he realizes later, because he's like, Ron, come look at this. And then Ron's like, again, Ron sucks. Ron's like, I won!
Ron's like, me!
Oh my God. I was like, Ron, you have like nothing else you want? Like, Ron? Yeah. So
Ron's got a low bar.
Then Harry is sad because he's like, wow, that's effed up, man. I got all this cool shit, but not my parents. That's so sad.
An invisibility cloak can't tuck you in at night.
Oh!
Sorry.
Kate!
Too sad? Sorry.
I mean, that's sad.
Oh, Bridge, are you crying?
No, I'm not actually crying.
Oh
I just have boogers. Keep going.
Oh, God. Okay. So, pretty quickly, Dumbledore's like, hey, Harry, I knew this was happening the whole time. I did allow it for a little bit, but now I realize that's kind of fucked up. So I'm putting a stop to this. I'm moving the mirror. So say goodbye to your parents.
Well, he does a great quote with it too, right?
Does not do well to dwell in dreams and forget to live. Something like that.
You nailed it. That was it.
Yeah. Okay.
And I thought, that's a beautiful message.
Yeah. Gotta live. You gotta go out, break curfew, be invisible. You gotta do it all.
All of it. For Fluffy.
Do it all, kids.
Go get your Fluffy.
So Harry's like, yeah, all right. I don't know. I couldn't find anything. The mirror's gone. Everything sucks. But Hermione's back. So let's sneak out at night. We're not going to use my invisibility cloak for this. We're just going to go out and take our chances. We are 11. And we're going to go visit Hagrid. Why we couldn't visit him in the daytime? Nobody knows. But here we go.
They do not listen. The school were like, don't do this, don't do that. They did whatever they wanted.
They fucking did it. And Hagrid is just like, come on in, kids. It's past midnight, but get in here. And he has a dragon. He hatches a dragon.
Okay, Jurassic Park, did you not think of it? The raptor being born.
I'm not gonna lie, Bridge. I had a thought where I was like, am I Hagrid on the inside? Because I feel like if I got a dragon egg, I too would stay up past midnight to try and hatch it in the fireplace. And if kids came over, I'd be like, you might as well watch,
The one time in this movie where I laughed out loud was when the dragon burnt his beard. That made me straight up laugh.
Bless his heart, he knows his mommy.
And I love how he then was so sad when Dumbledore was told he has to. The dragon can't stay with him. The dragon has to go to Romania. What's with Romania?
Because Ron's brother Charlie works with dragons in Romania, Bridge. We have to say it.
Why are we not picking any other place? But
it's Romania, Bridge. It's Ron's brother Charlie. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay. I just feel like we're making up magic places, but all of a sudden Romania's on the map. It just makes no sense.
It's true. It's fucking true. But Bridge, this dragon moment doesn't last long because Malfoy also snuck out. How did he know to sneak out? He fucking knew.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to just get all in their shit.
He's the fucking snitch, Bridge. Paying him gold and give him wings. He's a snitch.
I mean, his hair is slicked back like a ball.
Yo, he could cosplay as a snitch.
Wow. Is someone ever dressed up as a snitch for Halloween? Because that'd be hilarious as hell.
You just wear all black and make your head the
Oh my god, if a bald head dude just was all gold up top and put little wings, can you imagine?
If I ever date a bald man, I would be like, so here's a requirement for dating. Couple's costume. I'm Harry, you're the snitch.
Incredible.
McGonagall is like, hey kids, all right, I can't award house points, in this circumstance. So you will get detention, but also fuck you, Malfoy, you get detention too. And I was like, hell yeah!
Leadership.
Accountability.
I mean, he's annoying. He's like, you misspoke. I had four detention. She's like, yeah, you motherfucker.
He's a little bitch. Their detention is to go into the Forbidden Forest after midnight, which is why they got in trouble, and they have to use hunting weapons.
That makes absolutely no sense. Kate, explain it to me. Does it make sense?
There's no explaining.
I didn't get it.
Put the kids in the Death Woods and split them up. So Hagrid is like, yeah, I'll just be with Ron and Hermione. Good luck, Harry, Draco, deuces.
And then
oh my God.
Harry almost gets killed by Voldemort.
He does. He doesn't know it's Voldemort.
It's creepy. It's a creepy scene with the guy kind of like...
Ooh, the slinky...
The slinky guy.
Oh, it's creepy.
Who was, I don't know how they filmed this, but it has some Gollum vibes, low to the ground. And then a freaking, what are those horse man people? What are they called?
They're centaurs.
The centaur shows up. I was like, what in the living? Where are we now?
All right, Bridge. I'm sorry to do this,
Okay.
but I'm gonna do this.
Okay, what are you gonna educate me
Because this is a memory of mine, and clearly you don't remember this, so I'm about to ruin your night.
Oh no.
Bridge, I have a very distinct memory, probably close to when this movie came out, of you and I watching this specific part, and you making a comment about the Centaur Man, and you saying, he's kind of hot. And me being like, ew, he's kind of worse. That's weird. And then you were like, yeah, but the human part. It's like,
ew.
He's like a CGI man, though. I don't know why you said that.
Always an odd duck.
All right.
Always. You know?
It's just,
But here we are.
I had to share that.
Wow, I'm so glad I give you memories like that.
Me too. But we all survive. Everything's cool. And they're all like, okay, so Voldemort's here. Something, Sorcerer's Stone. He's trying to get the stone because it'll keep him alive forever. The stone's in Hogwarts. It's under Fluffy. Like, we gotta tell Dumbledore. Clear next step. And then Dumbledore's like, fucking bye. I'm actually on vacation. Good luck, everyone. See you later. Bye.
I was like, was this a secret plan by Dumbledore to do that? I didn't get it.
You know, that I don't remember if it's like a fake reason he has to leave, or if like someone tricks him, or I don't really know. You'd think Dumbledore would be smarter, but
I thought he was all-knowing.
Well, he wasn't, Bridge.
All right, then we get down to the real action.
Yes, this is the action.
And Voldemort's been playing Harry the whole time. Because now they're like, you know what's a great idea? Let's go down to the trapdoor and figure out the stone and the Fluffy and all this other crazy stuff, and like, it'll be fine.
All us children.
What were they thinking?
Late at night.
Where's Hagrid? Where's anybody?
Hagrid was not there. All they learned from Hagrid, too, was that you have to play music to make Fluffy sleep. So they're like, that's all we need to get to the stone. And the night that they decide to go down, conveniently, is the same night that Voldemort has already gone down. I don't know how that timing worked, but it worked. And they get past Fluffy pretty quickly, and then they immediately fall into a murderous plant.
You just have to relax. It's like any man telling a woman to relax. That's
like
what that
smile.
Plant is.
Like, just smile.
Oh
like,
my God.
Nightmare.
Living in cities, I can't tell you how many random men have told me to smile on the street.
Ew.
That's what that plant did. And this is where I actually understood Ron. I was like, how can I relax when I'm being attacked by a plant? I was like, actually, Ron, I get it. I get this point right now.
My note for Ron was, you're a waste of space, and you better step it up.
Ooh. Shit. But then he does step it up.
He does step it up a little later.
The chess is cool.
I like the chess.
The chess is super.
The chess that's a cool concept.
They designed it. And it was like how the troll scene was, where you saw the troll and you're like, all right, whatever. But then when the troll hits the bathrooms, you're like, yeah! That's how I felt with the pawns.
I like the chess. The key scene is like, it's fine. I don't know. That one's like kind of quick, where he has to like ride the broom and get a key, and
I didn't get it.
The keys attack, and I'm like, okay.
I just was like, this is like Quidditch. Just move on. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Then, the chess scene. And I don't know, again, I'm so curious if your algorithm is going to be destroyed now with Harry Potter things, but there has been a recent resurgence of the fucking chess scene where Ron's like, once I make my move, then you're free to check the king. And then Harry's like, no, Ron, no. And people have taken that soundbite and like remixed it into like a dance song. And it's absolutely amazing. And then people have like made cartoons like, Ron, no. And it's like a drag queen dance. I can't. Can
you send those to me
I'm
immediately?
going to find all of them and send them to you because they're so fucking funny. So now, of course, that's all I thought of when we're in this supposed to be emotional moment worried about Ron. And yeah, he fucking eats it. And then Harry's like, no, Hermione, we're still playing. Gotta checking and blah. And then they win. And Ron's not dead, I suppose. And Hermione goes, go on, Harry, go alone. You gotta go alone. Good luck. You're a great wizard. And I was like,
why?
Hermione, girl.
Why?
Like, come on.
I honestly, if I would have, it's like literally your best attacker being like, you know what? I'm gonna sit the bench this game.
Yeah, like,
no!
it's like,
No, Beckham, get in the game.
Get in there, bitch. Yeah, I don't even know if Harry has his fucking wand. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even think he had his wand. He didn't even show his wand this whole climax, I gotta say.
When they get to the scene, and then we find out it's Voldemort, and the other dude, I can't remember his name, with the stupid racist turban, okay? Why does Harry have the stone the whole time? He didn't know he had the stone?
No, Bridge, he doesn't have the stone, but when you look in the mirror, if you see the stone but you don't want to use it, then it will appear for you.
Okay. Oh, because Dumbledore told us that later.
Yeah.
Okay. But, and then he used his hands to burn the face of the dude because of his mother's love is in his skin. That felt like a stretch. Was that in the book? I mean,
that was in the book. He didn't know that was going to happen. And I was kind of like, well, here's a new trauma for you, Harry, because are you ever going to want to touch a human again? Or are you going to be worried about melting them? Let's think realistic here. Yeah, he melts Quirrell's face, and Quirrell goes, what magic is this? And Voldemort is like, you fool, get the stone. And yeah, Harry murders a man. He's dead. That man is dead.
The trauma
Harry's got a death count.
11-year-old? Insane. Is there a movie where he goes to a therapist?
No, don't be silly.
Well, that's an opportunity.
He needs so much therapy all the time.
So much therapy.
Especially in the fucking fifth, sixth movie. Okay. One of those.
All right.
One of those needs therapy. I also have a question. Yeah. You can't answer it, I don't think, but I'm going to say it.
I'm ready. I
didn't understand as a rewatch, and I don't think it ever fully gets explained. You know, we hear Voldemort disappeared, is how everyone words it. So they don't say he died, but they say he disappeared when he tried to kill Harry. It didn't work. It, bounced off, hit him back, whatever. We do find out there are things called Horcruxes, Bridge. I'm not going to get into them, but basically they prevent you from dying unless they also get destroyed. And he had 7 of them, so he had a couple. But in retrospect, now I'm kind of like, why was it only his face that was left behind? Why his face? Why was that? Because it's just his face. His face was just floating around and was like, hey, bitch, I'm gonna go on your head.
How does that work?
That does not get explained.
Or is he, smoked? Is he,
but if you're smoke, why is just your face when you're not smoke?
I don't know.
So anyway, if anyone has the answers for me, let me know.
There is no good or evil. There is only power, and those too weak to seek it.
Yeah. I mean...
Or their face.
Or your face.
It was weird. I will say, from the other movies that I would be forced to watch from whatever you were watching in our family room, I thought Voldemort had the bald head, and I was like, why is he a face? I was like, does this guy turn into him? And I thought he could just transition into the dude,
Well, thankfully in later movies, when he actually becomes a person again, he's played by Ray Fiennes, who is the guy who was in the menu, and he's a great Voldemort, which was not who this Voldemort was. This Voldemort was a different actor.
He was, yes.
He's a different face. Whose face is it? I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Oh my
But goodness. Yes, he is defeated. He becomes the smoke man. He flies through Harry's chest. Harry goes, ah. And then when Harry wakes up, he is in the hospital wing. And Dumbledore is like, sup. Everything's good. Everything's grand. Yes, you did kill a man, but I will give you points for it.
50 points, to be exact.
Yeah. So, don't worry too much. Also, all your friends are alive. And way to be, and also your mother's love, something.
This is where he was the Wizard of Oz. I was like, oh boy.
It was
anticlimactic, if I'm being honest.
With the beating of Voldemort,
I thought he beat Voldemort pretty quickly.
Oh, well, he melted his face, yeah.
I know, but I just thought it was so fast.
It was.
Well, at the end, the whole school is all about what house wins for what? Pride? For pride? Okay. And then there's a whole long-winded build-up of fourth to first.
Yep.
And then Dumbledore pulls a switcheroo, and he's like, JK, you all got Wizard of Oz points, and now you win.
It's like, I regret letting Slytherin win, so I'm going to pull some points out of my booty. Bridge, who was the last pointer? Who gets the last points?
Hold on. I'm going to quote it.
Okay.
Because it takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to our enemies.
Ugh.
But just as much to stand up to our friends. Neville Longbottom, you son of a bitch! 10 points!
Upstander! He got the upstander points.
Rocky. You know? Now I know how he got, such a glow up. He's just a great guy.
He got the points.
Incredible.
He got the fucking points. And then Dumbledore's like, fuck whoever hung up these flags. I'm gonna turn them into Gryffindor ones. Also, we should probably be more celebrating that the evil wizard is murdered.
Yeah.
But instead, we're actually celebrating who got made up points.
Yeah.
Because it's like, whose line is it anyway? The points don't matter, but they do.
The questions are made up and the points don't matter.
The points don't matter, yep.
The movie was 2.5 hours, and so is this podcast. Kate, we did it.
We did it. I mean,
we know the answer. Watch it or don't watch it, Kate.
I'm watching.
This is a weird take, but I think this is a better movie to just, lights off, pay attention, actually watch it, than to be like a background whatever movie. It's way better to actually watch it.
Would you ever read the books?
No.
What about with your daughter?
I think I appreciate them, and maybe if Kate got into it, I'd read it with her. That could be fun. But I don't have the same... Once you see the movie, it's hard with the book after the fact. If I could read the book first, that would be different. Because I'm going to be tainted.
Right.
It's that time that I got a movie pick.
Wow.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
What date would this episode come out?
This one's coming out on January 3rd.
This is the one I'm going to give you will be January 3rd?
No, the one you're going to give me will be January 10th.
Okay, the 10th!
Woo!
This is a listener pick. This listener is... Cody.
Did
you remember at all what Cody recommended?
No.
Great. So I wanted to say it and then I thought, oh no.
Okay.
So, hold on. I'm going to give my little build up for a second here. Okay. All right. I'm going to, couple build ups. Cody says, did I miss it or have you guys not yet reviewed the best movie of the 90s? Bold.
Whoa. We already did Jurassic Park. Watch out.
Blank is as entertaining as a movie out there and as thought-provoking as a good TED Talk. I think the premise is profound and increasingly relevant in our AI world.
Oh, God.
So, help me figure out once and for all, and then these questions will give away the movie, but they're really good questions. This was a good written-in request.
I don't have any recollection of this at all.
I'll repeat what that last one was. But this is from 1999.
Oh, late 90s.
It's an American... I know.
It doesn't tell me.
Cyberpunk. No, I'm not going to read that one. Hold on. It's a science fiction action film written and directed by blank.
What?
Oh, God, these aren't...
You can't tell me who it's written and directed by?
The Wachowskis?
Oh, I know it!
What is it?
The Matrix!
Yeah!
Oh my God!
So, sisters, help me figure out once and for all, are we living in the Matrix? Should I take the red or the blue pill?
Oh my God!
I'm afraid we're actually in the Matrix.
I'm not.
Have you watched Leave the World Behind? Are we in it?
Is that the...
See the new Netflix one with Julia Roberts? Leave the World Behind?
Oh, no, I didn't see that. There was some trash documentary I watched that was specifically on... It listed itself as Are We Living in the Matrix? This is a documentary about it. And I was like, ooh, I love hearing scientists and theories. Except it wasn't scientists and theories. It was literally blacked out faces of men who still live in their parents' basements who don't have jobs. That were like, I know things and Elon Musk. And I was immediately shutting it off. Abso-fucking-lutely not am I gonna listen to this shit. So, anyway,
okay.
I like The Matrix.
Yeah.
Do I think of the Broad City episode where Alana dresses as a Matrix dominatrix woman?
Absolutely.
I do.
When she goes and gets her Bitcoin back.
To get her
Absolutely.
Bitcoin from the guy. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Will it hold up? Will it not? Cody will let you know. And I think we might be living in the Matrix, but it's a great question. Katie does not. Okay?
I don't think we are, but we can talk about it.
Okay.
I love it. Wow. Well, Bridge.
Kate.
I just want to say,
Yeah.
If I'm going to say we, because I somehow have to include myself with this. If we were gifted from our mom an invisibility cloak, and she was like, I forgot I had this, whatever. Like, I forgot to put your names on the Christmas card, but here's an invisibility cloak to make up for it. I would, with you, wear it, and I would map out for us, like, where's the best restaurants. And if need be, I might not be under the cloak, and I might cause, like, a different distraction, so you under the cloak can get pasta. And I do that for you. So we can get the pasta.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Wow, Kate. Well, for you, I actually hired one of the most famous Reddit thread writers
Oh god.
to figure out why we only chose Voldemort's face to come back after 11 years.
Know.
And not his
Tell
legs
me.
or his arms or his body or smoke or anything.
A leg
but just
or
his goddamn face. And the writing and the responses and the comments and the rankings will get you that answer, Kate. I don't have it, but I will outsource it.
Wow.
I
fucking love that. I'm ready. Listeners, for real, give me your theories on that. I really want to know. And also, listeners, if you think that just like a face on the back of a face, it was, as I mentioned, made into a recent horror movie. It's actually horror. And would I melt that person's face if I could with my hands? I might. I might commit manslaughter just because it's scary.
Okay.
If you think that, and if you think that Hogwarts School of Witchcraft, and Wizardry
It's so hard. It's so hard. Say it
is so fucking cool, albeit dangerous, but cool and fun to be a fly on the wall there, and you would go there. And if you think that, Ron, like, he just needs to step it up a little bit. And I guess he kind of does in some of the upcoming movies, but it never feels quick enough,
Never.
So that's what I have to say about that. If you think all that, you should write us a review.
Woo!
We love reviews. We love written reviews. You can review us on Apple Podcasts, along with some other podcasting apps. We also have a website, sisterswhoseenit.com. On our website, you can request a movie. So our next movie was recommended by Cody. And Cody went on the website, filled out the form, and it went on a list. Bridget looked at the list. I also look at the list, I swear, sometimes. And we will do your movie recommendation eventually. And Bridge, what else can they do on our website?
They can buy us. Well, actually, honestly, I just changed it to say send sisters money. So it's on the homepage and it just says send sisters money. But
help us, we're poor.
The whole site is...
Send us your Gringotts money, please.
I mean, it's the holiday season. We will take tips,
Yeah.
And so, yeah, do that. And then, if that's not your cup of tea, Christmas is already come and gone, but New Year's gifts are fun. So you should buy stuff from the merchandise and then give it to people. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Also, I realized this episode's coming out after the New Year, so Happy New Year!
Happy New
I hope you
Year!
have a good holiday New Year. Yeah.
Happy New Year!
Yes, so check all that out, listeners, and we hope to hear from you. All right, well, we'll see y'all next week for The Matrix. I can't think of a quote.
I can't think of a quote
except Neo.
Oh my.
It's Morpheus. What up?
You have two choices. Take the red pill or the blue pill.
Blue's my favorite color, so I think I picked blue, and I don't even know which one that is. I don't remember, but I guess I'll learn.
I'll take whatever Alana Glazier takes.
Me too.
Well, Kate, what
all
a
right.
blast.
I love you.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Yeah, it got better.
Dumbledore,
it definitely got better.
I love you. I love you, Hufflepuff. And I love you, listeners.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
We love you. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Harry.
Bye, Harry Potter.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Sisters Who've Seen It. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out our website at sisterswhoseenit.com, where you can email us, request movies to be reviewed, and keep up to date with all things sisters. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next week.